First up in Latin America, in the last few hours, the Supreme Court of Colombia has sentenced Maria Pilar Hurtado, the former head of the country's intelligence service. She was sentenced to 14 years in prison for illegal phone tapping in 2007 and 2008. Another defendant in the same case, Fernando Moreno, who was the legal secretary to former President Álvaro Uribe, received 8 years. Covering it all, our correspondent Natalia Margarita. She has been following the dramatic developments at the court, and she joins us live now on the line from Bogota. Margarita, for our viewers who may not be familiar with this case, explain to us exactly who was Maria Pilar Hurtado. What was she accused of?
Good afternoon, Corey. Yes, right now we are here at the Colombian Supreme Court, where Magistrate Fernando Castro is handing down sentences against former Chief of Intelligence of Giuseppe Maria del Pilar Hurtado, but also former Secretary of Presidency Bernardo Moreno. Both high-ranking aides of former President Álvaro Uribe during his presidential term has already been convicted early this year on the 27th of February, after the Supreme Court found them guilty of abuse of authority, wrongful and arbitrary acts, as well as unlawful violation of communications. This violation of communications had to do with illegal wiretapping and espionage against journalists, human rights defenders, magistrates of the court, and in general politicians or everyone else who were critic of former President Álvaro Uribe Vélez. The court this morning has already sentenced former Secretary of Presidency Bernardo Moreno to 8 years under house arrest. And as for former Chief of Intelligence Maria del Pilar Hurtado, the magistrate hasn't handed down the sentence yet. So regarding what you just said about 14 years, we need to clarify that these are just, let's say, rumors that are in the local media, but the decision by the magistrate of the court, he hasn't handed down yet. We will remain here at the Supreme Court in order to bring you the latest updates. We believe that this sentence in the case of Maria del Pilar Hurtado will be coming at any moment in the following hours.
And Natalia, you've been covering this case for a while now. Tell us more about the case. How has it developed up until today with the sentencing? And in your opinion, is this decision today a surprise?
Say that again, Cody. I don't hear you properly. I'm sorry.
Asking Natalia, you've been covering this case for a while now. Tell us more about how the case has developed. What have we seen in this case? And in your opinion, is this decision today a surprise?
Yeah, well, in the specific case of Maria del Pilar Hurtado, we have to say that she was avoiding justice, hiding in Panama. And it was until early this year, that the authorities of Colombia, in agreement, in cooperation with the authorities of Panama, managed to bring her back here. Since then, she's facing justice. Then this conviction, as I told you, basically that has to do with the abuse of authority and the unlawful violation of communication, came quite shortly after she came back from Panama. We knew before she arrived to Colombia that she was going to be convicted. In terms of that, we were just waiting for her to come and finally face justice here in Colombia. The General Attorney Office has called, that was very recent, let's say like 1 month ago, that the General Attorney Office called for a 20-year jail sentence for Maria del Pilar Hurtado. But as I said before, we still need to wait what the final decision of the magistrate of the Supreme Court here is going to be.
And you were talking about former president there, Álvaro Uribe, a bit. Tell us more about the implications this could have for him.
The thing is that, and this is not just the case of Colombia, but in any other country or in most of the countries, you know that the intelligence department depends right directly from the presidency, meaning that every time there is a decision by the head of intelligence, this decision should come directly from the presidency. So in terms of the involvement of Uribe, this is what it's being said here. Maria del Pilar Hurtado shouldn't carry with all the responsibility by herself, but she should speak out regarding who gave her the orders to illegal wiretapping and illegal infiltrate the communications of, as I said before, journalists, human rights defenders, politicians. So after this sentence is handed down today, the public opinion, what is expecting here is that she decides to speak out, to contribute with justice, so that she can maybe perhaps get a reduction on the sentence. But I insist that we first need to wait until this sentence is handed down today. But definitely she will have the chance. She will have the chance to speak out in order to get a reduction on his sentence. And this is where victims have been telling, victims of this illegal wiretapping, victims of this illegal interception of communications have been saying and have been sending a message to Maria del Pilar Hurtado, telling her to please speak out, to don't carry with all the responsibility by herself.
Okay, Natalia, thanks so much for your reporting there. Natalia Margarita, live in Bogota.